Okay, now let's look at the relationship between alpha and beta. So probability of type 1 error, probability of type 2 error, what happens? How do we decrease the probability of these errors, type 1 and type 2 errors? So some terminologies, the confidence coefficient that we saw in confidence interval, 1 minus alpha, from chapter 8. Okay, so that is the probability in chapter 9 that translates into a probability of not rejecting the null hypothesis. Okay. Now opposite of that then becomes alpha. That's in the tail area. So that means that is farther out from the central value, and that would be the probability of rejecting the null hypothesis. So that's your level of significance. Okay. The confidence level of a hypothesis test then is 1 minus alpha times 100%. Okay. Now beta is the probability of type 2 error. So 1 minus beta is the probability of not committing type 2 error. And that is called a power of the test, your ability to detect HO is false and correctly conclude that HO is false. So that's called the power of the test. Now what happens to the type 1 and type 2 error? It so happens for a given everything else being the same, if alpha increases then the beta will go down. So alpha and beta, the probability of type 1 error and probability of type 2 error are opposite of each other. So if type 1 error probability goes up, type 2 error probability will go down, and vice versa. Okay. All else equal, beta goes up, then the difference between the hypothesized parameter and its true value will go down. So, okay. Now, if sigma goes up, okay, that is the inherent variability in the process goes up, then the probability of type 2 error will also go up. So when n goes down, again beta will go up. So probability of type 2 error will go up in all of these cases. When alpha goes down, sigma goes up, or n goes down. So how can we, if alpha and beta are the opposite, alpha goes down, beta goes up, alpha goes up, beta, both are errors. So how can we get both of them to go down? And the only way you can achieve that is to increase the sample size. As sample size increases, both of them will go down. So level of significance, so here is the critical value and alpha over 2 on each of the two tails. So mu equal to 30 or mu not equal to 30, level of significance is alpha. Then you can come up with the two critical values for that test. Okay, let's